what's up guys? It is Aaron from Inkie Beard. How are we all? I'm getting into another Fan Art Friday today. Doing a quick sketch here. I actually remembered to turn on the camera and get the sketch. But I've been playing a lot of game of Dishonored 2, which is one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time. This game is really cool because it allows you to... The choices you make greatly affect how the game progresses. And you can actually go through the game without killing anyone. Which I think is a really cool and unique position for games these days especially. So what I'm drawing here is an outsider's rune. So in the game there is this kind of... He's like an omnipresent, omnipotent god, but he's kind of like Loki, the god of mischief from Norse mythology even. He's like... You know, he doesn't directly intervene, but he just gives random people like powers because he thinks it could be interesting to see what they do. And so these runes are the things that allow the people with his mark, which is that kind of really cool looking tattoo thing in the middle, that allows them to have the power. And it's just a really good game. You can either do super stealth or super not stealth, and just go crazy. I always try and play stealth, but you know, there's that one guy who always sees you, and then it just goes downhill from there. But what I'm really trying to do here with the watercolors today is work on my layering. You'll see that there is a couple of times where I go back over the same thing about 4 times and then I'll blotch it like that and take all the water off and the paint, and then I'll have to go over it again. So I'm trying to work on really blending and layering the watercolor layers, because I think that looks really cool when you kind of give it depth with the same color but just in multiple layers. So yeah, I'm just really getting into the Jane Davenport watercolor palette that I have here. I only seem to be using this palette so far. I promise I will get into more colorful and interesting things later on. But yeah, I'm just trying to, as you can see here, like I did those buckle buttons before and they just completely disappeared once I dried it. So just trying to really get into how the paints work and just work out my style from there. But yeah, I did this on Australia Day, which was nice and just chill. It was nice and cool here. I don't know about where everyone is who's watching, but it has been quite warm here. It's summer, and it's just really hard to get motivated to do anything, unfortunately, when it's really, really hot and there's no hope of cooling down unless you've got air conditioning or a pool or something like that. So yeah, it was nice to actually just be able to sit down and chill out and just paint some stuff. And you'll notice there I'm actually trying to blotch the paint away on purpose, so that I can get that middle bit a little bit lighter. So as you may have noticed, my style of watercolor painting is that I kind of do it fairly rough, and then I like to kind of actually define the picture itself with the outline. I've always really liked that style of water painting, and just painting in general, really. But my Copic multi-liner wasn't quite up to the task of drawing on top of the watercolors. I'm not sure if it was... I had pre-gessoed this page from the last Fan Out Friday that I did. I showed you guys, and I'm not sure if it was the gesso with the watercolor or just the watercolor, or I think this fine liner may have actually been, multi-liner even, may have actually been like on its way out anyway. I've used it fairly heavily just for writing and notes and whatnot. So yeah, it was kind of, you can see it here, it's really kind of struggling with the line. So I switch over to just a normal felt tip art liner pen in a second here, because it's just not working. Oh, and then I had the biggest accident. Don't do this. There it is there. I thought what I'll do is I'll shake it so that more ink gets down the end, and it just filled the cap, and then there was ink everywhere, and there was ink on the floor, and I walked through it, and it was a mess. So don't do that. But I think I'm going to try and look at, Adele just did a haul on Inkie Quill, which I helped her out with a little bit. And she got some Posca pens, so I might try those later. And then I completely forgot to do the crack bit at the end. But thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm really keen on how this turned out, and I'll see you again soon.